If I could describe England in one word, I would describe it as quaint.
Great.
Yeah, great. Proper.
One word came to me straight away, and that would be home.
Well, I've been here 25 years, but I still think of England as home.
Describing England in one word. Home. I was born in England, county of Norfolk. If you want to be precise, it's near the sea or northeast of London. I am a twin, and my twin brother James was born 4 minutes before me, so that makes him somewhat older than me. Our teachers could never tell us apart, so we'd have name badges, name tags, so we always switched our name badges. That's our little twin revenge. We have an older brother named Sam, and the three of us grew up in a little village called Flegborough. It's a very nice place, very grassy.
I remember in Flegborough, it was a boiling hot day, and you had your slide, and Mum put a lot of water at the bottom, so you used to slide down the slide straight in, and they had just 3 cousins were there as well. The grass was just a mud bath by the time you'd all finished. But that was such a hilarious time. We even still call your room the kids' room, so we have a kids' room.
Yeah.
Wherever you put something, it's in the kids' room, because that's always,
always ready for you.
Yeah. Your childhood in England is very precious to us, and we shall always remember it.
I married your father in 1990. Sam came along when I was 30. We'd bought a house together and we were settling down. And it was difficult for him because he wasn't ready for that. When Sam was 9 months old, we discovered that we were having twins. And that was going to change everything. That was a change that I was prepared to make, but it was just difficult for him. So when you were 2 years old, we separated. Single parent is not easy, but we were able to have enough comfort that we could enjoy ourselves. At that point was when Dad became ill. We discovered the brain tumour, and it spread to his lungs, and it was rapid.
That was pretty difficult. I still hit home pretty bad. I mean, it was horrible. I didn't know what to do with myself for a while. I'm still coping with it. Yeah. Dad and stepmom were driving us 3 in the back home, and Dad started coughing, and then he started speaking, but it was very slurred, just sounded numb and everything. And then James and I started laughing. And then he started coughing violently. Stepmom had to take the wheel for what turned out to be a seizure. And that's the last time I saw my dad.
That was his last time, because Dad went off to hospital. And after many discussions with my family and with the boys, They didn't want to go to hospital and say goodbye. I did as best I could to make sure that they had the choice to be able to stand outside the crematorium, to at least be able to see a coffin. James and Scott, they were in fantastic clothes. They were dressed nice and smart, and they wanted to go and see it, and it was important. There were a lot of bikers there, and the coffin was on a trailer attached to a rather large motorbike, and it was a huge send-off and a huge display. And that was the end of that part of their life. On the way over, on the flight over, I had a little ping come in my head, and I thought, I wonder what Colorado's like. And Brad was Googling RV parks, and he said there's this really cute little place called Manitou Springs. And it really was like that, in your heart, where something hooked in, went down your legs into the ground, and you were just Manitou.
A year after our dad died, Mum met an Englishman whose name's Brad. He's lived in America for 20 years. Brad had a similar kind of thing happen to him where his wife passed away from cancer. They decided to get married. So Brad didn't want to go to America by himself. So they decided, why don't we move to America?
It was definitely the right decision to come here, for us,
Yeah.
and for you.
Definitely for the boys.
Definitely for the boys, yes.
It's important.
Yes.
Yeah. You would not have the opportunities that you have here and the diversity that you have here in England. All of you boys have so many choices, so vast here compared to England.
It was Mum's fault to moving to America, but I take it as a gift, and I appreciate moving here sometimes. Knowing that I can stay here now, I'm gonna have to fit in a lot more. I think you found it easier to find something you loved, like this. When we were moving here, sometimes we argued about why we're here and stuff, but we helped each other out to understand why we're here.
I've noticed, of course, you boys are more Americanised than you were because you have to learn the American language. And we try to keep it as English as we can. I've learnt one or two words since I've been here because when you go to the stores, if you say it in English, they don't really know what you mean.
Water. You're trying to order water at a restaurant.
Bananas?
No.
Okay. Garages?
No.
Squirrels?
No.
Okay.
No, the squirrels
Do you want us to talk about dykes?
No.
No? Or fags?
Or fags, yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of dykes in England.
In England, yes. They actually have dyke jumping contests in Norfolk.
Yes, they do. My son had in-school suspension for saying that something that they were taste testing tasted like spotted dick. They did not come and ask us. He said it was a food in England. They just said that he was being offensive, and he got in-school suspension for saying that it tasted like spotted dick.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it's a medieval dessert. No,
My mum used to make it all the time. I loved it.
I love a nice spotted dick and
Spotted
custard.
dick and custard, yeah.
I still miss the sense of humour in England. You know, us Brits have a sense of humour that is different to anywhere in the world. Opening a British shop and tea room here in Colorado Springs, reconnecting with my roots, my heritage back in England, and providing a service. So there's I think there's 500 to 1,000 expats here in the Springs area. So it provides a service because they can buy the products that they're missing. You know, oh, I can't go without my PG Tips tea, or I like my digestive chocolate biscuits.
Obviously, being a British shop, I have to come here to get my regular fix of tea bags. I drink 6 cups a day or something.
And that would be $29.99, please. Yes, that is quite a large box, isn't it?
You get a bigger box than this?
I can't, I'm afraid. 240 is the biggest.
In England, I think maybe I would have pursued a medical career, but my parents never thought that someone from middle class can be a doctor in England, and that doesn't exist here.
I've always made friends relatively easily, but I got picked on quite a lot too because of my accent and the different mannerisms between England and America. They would often call me a snob or stuck up just by the way I talked. Lots of people, now that I've been here for 17 years, they think that my accent is fake. They think that I put it on purpose, which I assure them I can't talk any other way.
I was putting our sign out front of the shop one day, and 2, I would say they were teenage boys, walked past and said, "Go home, you foreigner." I felt sad because, you know, I'm an American, so I'm just an American with an accent.
Okay.
There's an element of the American younger generation that don't realise that our 2 countries have a special relationship and our 2 countries would back each other in times of trouble.
We have cream teas and crumpets and cakes and biscuits and lots of tea options. Your favourite tea?
And you still had ration books till 1951 or 1953, so you knew what it was like to have, you know, 1 ounce of butter and all of that. I remember the veggie garden, because everyone has veggie gardens in England.
I'd come home from school and I used to do waitressing in the evening, or if some of the staff didn't turn up, I could be washing up, I could be a chambermaid, I could have been anything.
Yeah.
So we've all been brought up to work, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, we can see a change in you all from the way you come. You're all more grown up, all more adult. And I think in this country you seem to become adults quicker than we do at home. Yes, you have all changed for the better.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, because James has had a lot of struggles. You've all had a lot of struggles in your own way because it's such a big leap for you coming from England to here.
You chip off the old lark, don't you?
There's no colour.
21st century. You have one.
you?
You have one in your next.
Your life is what you make of it. You have to make your own lives. But there's always parents and grandparents behind to help.
We're
assist
always there if
wherever,
you need us.
wherever you need help. We've always said that, haven't we? Okay.
We do. We'll sit at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. I'll say, "Can you just go down the chippy and get me sausage and chips?" And I went, "Only if you can get me mushy peas and chips." And he's like, "Oh, please." He'd do anything.
Your fatherland is still there and it's only a plane ride away. At this day and age, it's not as far away as it used to be. Your fatherland will always be your fatherland. This is your new land.